I'll taste one that I left on the pan. Oh yeah. You know, they still have the bite of the mini pepper, which I love. So about 15 minutes is absolutely the right time. Oh, you can taste just that hint of the red pepper flakes. Well, we're back at Amy Roloff's little kitchen, and what we're making is appetizers. I always struggle with, you know, what kind of appetizer to make, and is it simple? I really love the cheese boards with your, you know, you go out and buy some really specialty cheeses that are just make the event special, but don't break the bank because cheese can be expensive. Or you can just use, you know, cheese that you normally use every day as well. But I always like to pick one or two cheeses that are different and unique that we don't have every day. Because if it's an appetizer, it should be for a special occasion. So anyway, I always have a hard time finding an appetizer that's, you know, good and delicious and maybe a little bit different, but doesn't take a lot of time and effort, especially if it's in combination of preparing a whole meal for everyone as well. So check out my peas pesto with sun-dried tomatoes appetizer, and you can find that over at Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen or on my YouTube channel. So please go to those, subscribe, you've got the video, and you can print out the recipe. Today I am making kind of not stuffed mini peppers. I've sliced them in half because what I have found, these are good if you want to use the mini peppers. See how cute they are? They're little mini things. I just love them. They're just so cute. And you can stuff these, you know, just core out the pepper, take the seeds and some of the membranes out, and you can just stuff it in that way. But I thought these are a little more bite-size and appetizer kind of thing, instead of trying to eat this whole thing where then people can just take one or two bites or just stick the whole thing in their mouth. Anyway, so I'm slicing these up, and I found a way, there's a good way and not great way of slicing these up. See how this pepper lays flat? So I cut off the end, and because I want the peppers to lay flat, I'm gonna cut the pepper this way instead of the other way. Let's see if that really makes a difference. And then I'm gonna cut off this little end here. And I think it does, because it kind of opens up a little bit more. You don't always have to cut off the ends. Like, I'm not cutting off the end on this one. You gotta have a little stopping point. You know, this little stopper point right there. So anyway, I'm gonna cut up these mini peppers. Take out the seeds and the membranes in them. And what the mixture inside is going to be is ricotta cheese, a little bit of Parmesan, a little bit of Parmesan in there. And we're gonna add, you can add shallots once again, but I have a number of green onions. So I'm just gonna finely chop up some green onions. Okay, I think I'm done with this. I'm gonna chop up some garlic. God, I have garlic. Doesn't garlic go in everything? Let me get my little scraper thing. Yes, garlic just goes in everything. I don't have a counter where I can just cut right on the counter. It's a quartz counter. No, is it quartz? Yeah, quartz counter. And I don't want to scratch it all up and all this other good stuff. So I only have so much room on this cutting board. So we're gonna slice up one green onion, because look at how little this is. I don't want a huge, that's all you taste is onion. Do I have that other knife with me? Cut up the whole green onion. And then, where did my knife go? Huh. Oh yeah, here it is. I got so much stuff on my counter, I didn't even see it behind stuff. So I'm going to just kind of finely chop this one green onion up as much as I can. It's going to be mixed in with the ricotta cheese. I did ricotta because it's kind of a good creamy cheese. I didn't want to use creme fraiche because I think that has a little bit of sweetness to it and I don't really want that here. And then I cooked up some bacon. Who doesn't love bacon? I mean, bacon in an appetizer, I mean, oh my goodness. So one green onion, I'm gonna put that in this bowl. Hi, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you are enjoying it. And I would really appreciate it if you liked it and subscribed to it. And oh, don't forget to click that little bell up there and you'll be notified of future videos that are new and coming on my YouTube channel. So thank you so much for that. And I would really appreciate it if you shared the video and let other people know and encourage them to subscribe and like the videos as well. So anyway, thank you and back to the video. Gonna put that in the bowl along with, this is probably a little much, but 1 cup of ricotta cheese with about the same amount. No, I'd say half a cup. A half a cup of Parmesan. I'm gonna set this aside. Then I'm gonna get I pound, usually it works. I pound the garlic, oh yeah, there we go. So that the skin, you can peel it off from the skin a little bit. Now, there are several chefs that I really like to follow. Back in the day, a long time ago, I was on the Rachel Ray show. Absolutely love her. Love Rachel Ray. And because I love, I've enjoyed watching her during COVID, seeing her in her own kitchen and looking at her kitchen. I love it because she's got stuff all over the place, but she's creating these awesome, you know, anyone can basically do it at home if you follow the recipe or the ideas of it. And so anyway, I love her. I don't know what brought me, oh yeah, because we're cutting up garlic. That brought me to the thing is, I did not realize that you could peel garlic and stick it in the fridge and it keeps that way. I'm not sure how long, I'll have to read up on that. But it's much easier. So when you need garlic, it's already peeled, it's ready to go, and you don't have to go through all of this. So anyway, I'm gonna slice it up and then chop it up really fine. Because like I said, who doesn't like garlic? But anyway, I really enjoyed being on her show. Like I said, this was quite some time ago. It was in the early days of filming our show, Little People, Big World. And one of my producers at the time was the producer of our show. And then when he left, he went ahead and produced the Rachel Ray show. Anyway, love her. She's great. Oh, the other one I follow too is Ina. Who does not love Ina? Ina Garden. But there's a lot of other chefs I follow on Instagram too. I love to see what they create. I love to see what they do with like chocolate or flour or some of the other ingredients that take that ingredient and spin it in a different way instead of just going back to the same old, same old. So anyway, okay, we're chopping up the garlic. So when I chopped up the garlic, 2 cloves of dark garlic. Now I'm gonna be careful with the salt. I'm gonna taste it once I get done mixing it all up because the cheese has salt in it. The bacon is gonna have salt in it. And sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes I have a tendency to just add that extra little pinch of salt when I really didn't need it. So we're gonna add a little fresh parsley to it, because you know, you gotta have something fresh. Well, this is all fresh, really. But then I will chop up some more so that we can just drizzle a little bit on too. So I'm just gonna kind of get that all in a bunch here. And finally, chop this up too. So we're finally chopping up parsley. And no, I'm not gonna add lemon juice to this, but I tell you, I almost wanna add lemon juice to everything. It's amazing how it brings out the flavor in some of the other foods and ingredients and just adds that little spark of taste, freshness to it. It kind of gives it that little zing. It elevates it, really. So anyway, finally chopping up parsley. I don't know, that's probably about a good heaping 1 or 2 teaspoons. Of course, I got it all over my hand. Okay, what else do I need here? Oh, bacon. Where did my bacon go? Here it is. I crisped it up enough, but I didn't want to crisp the bacon up to the point that it tasted burnt or it's just too crunchy. So I'm gonna slice it. I really need to sharpen up my knives. Maybe that'll be my project that I do before Thanksgiving dinner. So we're gonna slice it up, or I should say a rough chop. Then we're gonna chop it up even more. Because you don't want these big chunks of bacon pieces. But really this appetizer, all it is taking a bunch of ingredients, combining them all, putting them on the green, putting them in the mini peppers and broiling them. So you still have a crunch to the mini pepper. No, you know what? I've just decided, forget that. Put it on bake at about, I don't know, 400 degrees. Bake them so you have the peppers just get a little bit of soft, and then broil them. So you get kind of that brownness. The cheese melts in that brownness. You know what? Let's see what happens. I'm sorry, I'm kind of confusing you, aren't I? I don't want the mini peppers to cook so much that they kind of fall apart in your fingers. I want them still to hold up and have that little crunch to them. Okay, I'm almost done. I'm almost done doing the bacon. Should have got my bigger one. I love this little mini knife. For me and my hands and arms and everything, it's so much easier for me to use. But I do like the bigger one as well. Why don't you guys let me know if the electric knife sharpeners that you guys have at your home, do they really work? Do they work well? I've never really used them. Okay, I think that's good. So we're just gonna take a bunch of this. I probably have at least 1/4 of a cup, maybe 1/3 of a cup of bacon. I might just use, not all of it, most of it into this mixture. Okay, let's stir this around. Let's get this all blended. Got the garlic in there, yep. And then I'm probably gonna get even a tinier spoon, smaller spoon. You know what, I might go ahead. This is 3 slices of bacon that I cooked up and have mixed in here. Let me get a spoon. I want to give it a taste. Good stuff. I'm gonna add a little bit of salt. Taste it before you add the salt though. Just gonna add like a pinch of salt, a little bit of pepper. I like the ricotta cheese. Just a little bit more Parmesan. Oops. Okay, I think this is good. 1 cup of ricotta, about a half a cup of Parmesan, 3 bacon, 1 green onion. I would say probably at least 2 teaspoons of chopped up parsley, a little bit of garlic, a little bit of salt and pepper. And if you wanted to give this a little bit of heat, I would even add little red pepper flakes or just a hint of cayenne pepper. If you wanted to give it a little bit of smoky flavor to it, I love smoked paprika. Love it, love it, love it, love it. In fact, you know, that's a good idea. A little bit, red pepper flake. I'm gonna go get some. Just a sprinkle or two. I don't want to overpower it, but I think that'll kind of give just a hint of heat and balance out the ricotta cheese. Okay. Here's my little spoon. Move some of this stuff out of the way. Okay, here we go. We're just gonna put some on here. And hopefully they won't run. Hopefully the cheese won't melt and run all over the place. To tell you the truth, I almost like these boat. I cut this one the wrong way, but it creates like a little boat. Definitely made a lot here, but like I said, it's only Chris and I here because I'm doing this at night. But in a couple of days, I'm having soup night. I'm gonna make a turkey wild rice soup. So this is all you do. You just take a little spoon, kind of stuff it in there, layer it on. See how this one, I'll show you. I didn't cut it flat. See how it rolls? It's not laying flat. So we'll see what happens to the cheese on that one. Okay, I'm gonna finish this up. We're gonna put it in the oven at 425 degrees. And cook it, I don't know, just until the peppers get a little bit soft, but not too soft. I think it's about maybe 15, 20 minutes. And you know, like I said, you could fill these with anything you want. I mean, even a little sausage in here would be good. Okay. Almost done. One more to go, people. One more. Okay. 425 degrees, and we're gonna put it in there for about 15 minutes. I'll let you know how long it actually does take. Okay, I'll see you back here at Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen once these are done. Okay, appetizer number 2 is really kind of like stuffed mini peppers with ricotta cheese, bacon, and all sorts of other good flavors going on. I took them out of the oven. This is how they look. And it was truly only 425 for about 15 minutes was enough to kind of just a hint of it browning. Let me get a plate and we'll kind of plate it. I mean, these are probably best served a little bit warm, but if not, it's okay. All you gotta do is stick it in the oven for just about a few minutes just to kind of take the coolness of the temperature off of them. Oh, let's get another red one in here. So, mini sweet peppers with ricotta cheese, stuffed with ricotta cheese, bacon, and a bunch of other stuff. And I think it makes for an easy, kind of nice, bite-sized appetizer. So hopefully you'll like this one too. I will try and keep coming up with more of them. So anyway, mini peppers. In fact, let me taste one now. I'll taste one that I left on the pan. Oh yeah. You know, they still have the bite of the mini pepper, which I love. So about 15 minutes is absolutely the right time. Oh, you can taste just that hint of the red pepper flakes. Not enough to really worry about. Not enough to really worry about, but still just that little hint of a kick. I love them. Good stuff. Mini peppers. Find this recipe and all of the others over at amyRoloffsLittleKitchen.com and on my YouTube channel. And I hope you enjoy this. Simple, easy, and I think it makes for a great appetizer at any event at any time. Thank you for joining me at Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. Okay, one last thing on the appetizers that I just made. The peas pesto and the stuffed mini peppers with ricotta cheese. They're Chris approved, Chris tested, and he liked both of them. So I'm hoping you will enjoy these 2 appetizers as well. So once again, Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. You can find this recipe and the video and all of the other recipes and videos over at my YouTube channel and Amy Roloff's Little Kitchen. So Chris tested and approved. I'm so happy.